Welcome to the Crypto Teacher Stock Channel. And guys, please like and subscribe. If you do like what you're listening to, please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that everything is planned out. Now, guys, you know I go over that funny article first. Basically, the Dow was down, and what are they blaming on? The C word. That's right, guys. 40 million. How's the C word? Now, guys, where they come up with that figure, I don't know. We know for a fact they don't even have proper testing for the C word. So how can they come up with that figure? But yes, it's definitely funny. Now, guys, I told you that they'll play around with this stimulus to tank and pump the market. Remember, the Fed is controlling both. Don't forget, every Tuesday they cut a $500 billion check to give to these corporations. So, guys, they are not ready to tank the stock market yet. But yes, it's definitely coming. We know December 31st, they're going to cut back on a lot of this. When we know they're going to do it before that date. And then, of course, we know we always get a correction the first part of the year. That's just how it goes. But we know the Fed is controlling both, guys. Never, ever forget that, especially when you're investing. Anytime that we're down now, we know that they're stop pumping the tech stocks. We know the market is 70% tech because we know that's where we're headed. So you want to make sure when we do get that correction on your chessboard, make sure you're moving your chess pieces. This is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. But guys, we are playing chess. So make sure you are invested in tech. That's where we're headed. Now, basically, we have a wave of evictions that are coming across the U.S. Guys, we can stop this. As a people, we can stop it. We can stop people from losing their homes. A lot of people you see on Facebook and Twitter, they're not conscious. Hey, these people got $10,000. They got an extra $1,000 each week. Why they can't pay their bills? Guys, we know the $1,000 extra a week, we know $10,000 is no money. Anybody understand it's no money. But let's look and find out what the Fed took from the American people. And you're talking about trillions of dollars. Trillions with a T. So do not allow anybody to make you think that the poor got a little money and then all of a sudden they're supposed to be paying for all the bills. But right now we don't have any work. We really don't have any work. All these small businesses are closed, and then plus they cut off the funding. That makes no sense whatsoever. But this is time for the people to step up. If you don't step up, guess what? You're going to be held accountable too. So even though the masses don't understand the C word is nothing but an agenda to get to the New World Order's plan, you still had to wear a mask in certain places, unless you're in one of those states that don't have those type of regulations. But basically, we have $80 trillion worth of swaps coming up. If you listen to my crypto teacher, told you about this LIBOR, guys. This is what it's about. We have SOFR, which the Fed handles, which is a secured rate. But we also have basically a Maribor, which is an unsecured rate that's going to be on Ethereum blockchain. Blockchain is going to be so important. I know this is a stock channel, so I'm not going to get into that. But these swaps control all of your finances, your mortgage, your car loans, your student loans. Everything is in these derivative swaps, guys. You have to understand that. Get yourselves educated. Now, Trump, as far as with the payments goes to farmers, has been the highest before the election. So we know farmers are being hurt. We know the supply chain is all over the place. You go into your markets, yes, it's sort of correcting a little bit. But we know for months, the supply chain was disrupted and horrible. And lastly, guys, we have Elon Musk announces his Teslas have the hardware to make the cars self-driving. So, guys, we know this is coming. Just make sure you are invested so you take advantage. So, therefore, like I stated, you're not caught up with the masses. You're sitting back, enjoying life. That's what it's about. But, guys, all I have for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and spread this channel everywhere. You have a wonderful day.
Something just happened at our nation's airports that hasn't happened since March, and it could be the reason why airline stocks were higher today. Let's get to Phil LeBeau's got the details. Phil.
Melissa, that something is that for the first time since March 17th, more than 1 million people flew in one day here in the United States. That may not seem like a huge deal, but it is an important milestone. When you look at this chart, keep in mind that it was down as low as just 90,000 people flying at its low point in mid-April. Keep in mind also that it's still down 61% compared to where passenger travel was on the same day a year ago. Nonetheless, airline stocks did move higher. When you take a look at the airline index, it was also up today. The airlines are preparing for gradual recovery in passenger levels. They are not expecting this to be, boom, take off. A lot of people are going to start flying again. They know that it's a gradual recovery. So we're focusing on 4 stocks here. The 4 big majors here in the U.S. Let's start first off with Southwest and Delta. Why are we looking at them? These are 2 airlines that have said, we're keeping the middle seat free at least through the holidays. That's the plan as of right now, though when we talked with Southwest CEO Gary Kelly just a few weeks ago, he said, look, Harvard's public health study is coming out, taking a look at the safety of airplane travel. That'll come out likely in the next few weeks. That'll give them some indication if they can say, okay, it's going to be time for people to get used to having somebody sitting next to them in the middle seat. That has always been the case for both United and American. Both of those airlines have said, look, we have looked at this. We believe that it is safe if people are masked and following protocols. And as a result, they have been putting people in middle seats on their airplanes. They've also been notifying passengers saying, look, your flight may be full. Be prepared. If you're not happy with it, you can take a different flight. So 2 approaches as we go into a period here, Melissa, where eventually Southwest and Delta, as more people are flying, will feel that pressure to perhaps start putting people in the middle seat. They're not quite there yet, but you can expect that as more people fly, that question will come up more often with them.
Is there a delayed effect, Phil, in terms of the numbers being up right now, and maybe people had booked these trips when the numbers were still decent a month or 2 months ago or so, and that there could be an expectation that things could actually go reverse, in a month or 2 months?
Sure. Well, and it all has to do with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I think most people in the airline industry are saying, if we see a surge and you start to see quarantines and lockdowns, those are the 2 things that really kill airline travel. I mean, if you're supposed to be going someplace and then there's a quarantine that's put into effect, you're not going to go. And so those are the things that they're going to be looking for. As of right now, we're not seeing that. We are seeing more restrictions in certain areas around the country, and that certainly hurts in terms of there may be less things that are open when you get to an area. But if you don't see quarantines or lockdowns in place, you may see a gradual recovery continue.